What's up, guys? Just getting a couple of things set up here. What's up, guys? And my phone audio is up. Good afternoon, Sergeant J's, Riker, Braden, CSL, Robert. What's up, guys? So, as you guys can see from the thumbnail, we are going to do a little bit of work on the Mojave, and you guys have seen that video. Broke a few things on the Mojave. Had an awesome time with that thing, though, but did break a few things, unfortunately. Broke, which was weird, the center diff mount on this thing. So I got a new one of those, and also had broken both of the front and rear bumper supports, or at least the rear. I can't even remember now. Pull it back apart. But I got those. Also got, and I thought, kind of weird, these showed up before the plastic versions. I made a mistake on the Maxx. I ordered the rear hub axle carriers. I first ordered them in plastic again, and then after I already placed the order, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I need to get the aluminum ones, because they broke once, they're going to break again. So I got the hot racing ones, and those actually showed up first, so it's perfect. So we're going to get the Maxx fixed up again. We're going to work on the Mojave. And I also got a new Saga gear for the Creighton XL build. And I know, guys, today was kind of a joke. I got home last night from work and happened to... Sorry, I was looking... Anyway, got home. Weather's nice and warm today. It's like 60 degrees, 62 degrees outside. But guess what? It's pouring down rain. So that's why we're in here getting a few things fixed up. Tomorrow's supposed to be a little colder, but it's not supposed to rain. So all the plan is tomorrow to finally take the Creighton XL, the Mojave, whatever you want to call it, out for its first run. I might be installing this 20-tooth on it also. I got a 20-tooth Saga that I want to put on that system, because I think I have a 17 or 18 I put on it now. And I was talking with Rich, Duper Bash and some guys, and he was saying that he's having really good luck with just running a 20 or 22 on it, and it's been running pretty cool, and he really likes it. So I might give this a try on there also. Take a look. Who we got in here? What's up, Claire? Hello from the UK. Riker, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, especially during the winter time here, guys. The cold weather is not very gentle on anything. I guess we'll work on the Maxx here first. Trying to get the lighting on this overhead camera decent. I actually had somebody complaining, and you always have those, that they did not like the lighting on the overhead. It's like, guys, I try my best here, guys. I try my best. But, yeah, I need to do something different with this camera, because I can't get the whole shot in here that I want to, but I guess it'll work. What's up, John B? Bubbles, how's it going, buddy? So, yeah, we got... The hot racing number for these guys is the MXX2201 is the hot racing part number for the Maxx aluminum rear hub stub axle carriers. So we're going to get these on here. I was having a lot of fun with this thing at the skate park until the whole rear wheel fell off of it. And you guys that watched that one, I mean, it didn't just break. The whole entire wheel with the bearings and everything just fell off. Never had one completely come apart like that. It was kind of funny. So, yeah, we'll get started on this. What's everybody got up to today? Did work, loafing, both. Loafing at work. I have been... To say I've been busy is an understatement. I have been, our schedule right now, I don't know what's going on, but it seems like everybody is televising everything right now. It's March, so you had the March Madness basketball, and that's what we just finished up with. We just came back from Greensboro, North Carolina. We were doing the ACC Women's Basketball Championship down there. So, we were down there doing that for the last week. that's finished up now. So I think I got like 3 or 4 days at home now finally, so we can actually go out and have some fun. The weather's finally getting better. Like, we don't have a foot of snow outside, and it's not -5, so that's a huge plus. So, So, I try to get all this off of here. Maybe I can leave this bearing on there. I know the inner one needs to come off. Don't tear this thing apart very often, or haven't torn it apart very much yet, should I say. So, it's always kind of a learning experience whenever I gotta rip this thing apart. And why am I doing this with hand tools when I got a drill, right? Certain things are good and great to have a drill for. Other things, you can rip stuff apart. Gotta finish fixing my one fist scale. Yeah, Sarge, man, that's one thing I've been dying to, and I know, I think I had said this before, I've been wanting to take out my Outcast 8S in the worst way. It's one of my favorite cars, but I can't bring myself to take that thing out there in the snow and everything. I have the most amount of time and money vested into that car out of anything, and it just kind of hurts a little bit to take that thing out in the snow. I usually don't care too much about beating the snot out of everything I own. It's the only car I'm a little bit protective of, and I don't know. Pull starts and carbs. Oh, you talking like your gas ones? Now, I don't know. Are both these the same? No, they're definitely reversed. So that's the right. I don't know if you guys want to look at this thing overhead or not, but I know you guys, everyone wants to see my smiling face, but, or maybe not. But hopefully I take this thing. I want to take this thing back out again. This thing had a short lifespan too. Man, this and the poor X-Maxx had such a short lifespan the other day at the skate park. It was kind of a bummer, and I was really looking forward to ripping both of these. And then this thing came down. I mean, it was definitely my fault the way that it landed. It came down hard on the back end, and it just split that thing right in two. Yeah, I should be, Sergeant. I should just say the heck with it and rip it. But between the Hobby Wing system in there and everything else I've done to that thing, for some reason, it's the only car, and you guys know, I think it's the only car that I'm kind of hesitant to just, I don't care about beating it around in the dirt and the snow, or dirt and the mud and stuff like that, but I'm trying to keep it a little bit out of the snow and the freezing temperatures. And also, a big part of that is because I know those A-arms are going to snap on it. They do not like the cold weather whatsoever. Trying to see if this thing is seated the whole way. It's a little different feeling going into this aluminum carrier versus the plastic one. Everything fits so much snugger. Snugger, is that a word? I don't know if snugger is a word, but we're going to use it. I think it's seated. I can see the pin hole for the wheel pin to go in. So I think we are lined up. Except that bearing feels like it needs to seat down just a tiny, tiny bit more. Because that pin is a little bit... And I think I just launched... I did. My pin stuck to the screwdriver and launched across the room. Luckily, it didn't go too far. Thompsons, how's it going? Well, hopefully, the extra little being home for more than 24 hours this time, we actually get to go out and have a little fun and rip whenever it's nice out. Because it's been kind of a bummer. It seems like every time I'm gone, it's nice out. When I get home, it decides to be cold again or yucky. So when I first seen the weather for today, I was all excited. And then I seen a 98% chance it was going to rain. And it was like, ah, come on. But the nice days will be here soon. all of this will go away and we'll be back to the hot, dusty, dirty summer days again. The rest of these parts just showed up today. So I figured it was a good time to get this stuff fixed now on a rainy, yucky day. Hopefully now, I got the hot racing aluminum, all the front steering blocks and C blocks on this thing, on the front, and now I got them on the rear. Hopefully I don't have wheels falling off and flying around anymore. All this stuff stays put. A nice thing, these are nice and easy to change out. But yeah, it just split right down the middle. This camera stinks. trying to get the cable for my GoPro to use it as the bench cam here, but I was having a hard time finding the micro HDMI to USB. And I found one that went to not to USB, but to HDMI. But then I didn't have the HDMI converter for my laptop to go from HDMI to USB again. So it's been a struggle trying to get it on there. Well, we got one wheel down. And guys, I love these D-boosts, these 4S backflips on this thing. These things have been perfect. So much air control. Still handles great. So, still running the stock motor and the stock gears on it. Stock, I haven't geared it up yet. And I definitely, at some point I'm going to. I want to go up at least like maybe 2 teeth on the pinion on this thing. But I haven't just yet. But I definitely want to here shortly. Rear hub on me. Oh, you broke the rear hub on the Techno? I just today, while I was messing around with some other things, I just got in because the last time I was up at the track running the Techno, the ET48, I broke the steering servo horn. Luckily, Dave, great dude, was up there with me and we rode, and he had an aluminum version. It wasn't quite the right one, but it worked for the evening. But I got in the actual Techno one now, the one from Techno, and installed it on there. And it's because it has to drop down really far for the link coming off of all the steering linkage. So I got that up. So the Techno's ready to roll again. Everything is pretty much good except getting this thing fixed. Well, the Mojave's fixed today. And the only thing I'm waiting for is the steering link for the Maxx, because that thing's been driving me crazy. I have been breaking those steering links left and right. And I did the same thing I did with this thing. I ordered the plastic one again. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th set I bought. I ordered it. I started scrolling around through eBay and some different places, and I came across the hot racing aluminum version of it. It was only like $35 or something like that. So I ordered it. So I have the aluminum hot racing steering link set coming for the Maxx. I'm hoping I don't start breaking something else or destroying servos now, because that's always the risk with putting aluminum parts on is, you strengthen that weak point. Well, now you've just created a weak point somewhere else. So I guess we'll find out and see how it goes. What's up, Earl? How's it going, buddy? Addicted, how's it going? My shelf queen, the OG T-Max. I don't know if this is something I've always should have owned, but I've never had a T-Max. Never had one, guys. Don't know if I should have. Should I have had one of those? But yeah, this was honestly the strangest breakage I've ever had on a 6S car, was this center diff mount for the Mojave. How that managed to shatter both sides. I'm trying to find the other piece. I have it here somewhere. But it's the center support that comes up and locks into the top of the body. Then it comes down with the 2 long pins that connect to your center diff cover. It actually managed to shear all of that off. Really bizarre. Zedric D, how's it going, guy? Riviera, how's it going, bud? But all in all, I have been really enjoying the Maxx. It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. And I don't think this stuff would have probably normally broke had it not been, 28 degrees and jumping on concrete at a skate park. I can't, you can't blame the car for that one. That was, that's just bound to happen. Concrete and cold weather and plastic stuff doesn't tend to like each other very well. Guess it's seated. Doesn't have that nice little snapping feel. But you see it up in there. Everything I've always had from hot racing has always, everything has always fit up really nicely. Love their bulkheads. I put those on pretty much every. I don't even think pretty much. I think I have them on every 6S car I have now. They always fit up very nicely. Never had any fitment issues. Ever any machining issues. So, all right. We'll get the other side of the Maxx fitted up here now. See how she goes now, and hopefully we don't start breaking something else. I got lots of A-arms, extra A-arms on standby for this thing, and I think I actually have an extra drive shaft set, but I didn't think I was going to start snapping these hub carriers this easily, but I know some people, whenever I first got this, were telling me about this, that it was kind of a weak spot on these cars, or especially the fronts. And that's why I started getting a bunch of the front ones. I got 2 or 3 sets of the front ones to keep on hand. Because everybody was telling me that the front C-hubs were really weak. Why can't I get this to line up, guys? It's fighting me. I know it's close. It's like right there. Just not quite fitting. There we go. Yeah, I decided to kind of do this all last minute. Some of the other parts just showed up today in the mail, and I thought, throw up the computer, bring everybody along for a little repair time. If you guys are bored sitting at work and doing nothing, yeah. Addicted, is it raining there too like it is here? It's nice and warm outside. It's beautiful. I'm in shorts. However, you get soaked to the bone in about 3 seconds out there. It's been downpouring on and off. 1 minute it's kind of like real light, and then you wait 5 minutes, and then it's just a torrential downpour again. Robert, Joe, what's up, man? Getting the cars fixed back up. Really want to head down to the BMX track again. I want to take the Creighton XL to the motocross track, and I'd like to take the Maxx and the Mojave to the BMX track, because I think those two would be a lot of fun there. Alright, well, the Maxx is fixed back up again. I think she's ready to roll. The last time I had this thing out, it was weird. Everything was working fine on it the last couple runs, and I turned it on at the skate park, and the controller just completely lost all link and communication with the receiver. I had to rebind it real quick there. It popped back up and worked fine, but not sure why it decided to just randomly lose its communication with the receiver. It's just factory receiver, never messed with it. Oh, nice. Yeah, we got all the rain today. So far, the Velcro straps on here also, that I did the little Velcro modification of this thing to be able to run bigger batteries and run a 6S battery in this thing. This has been holding up pretty well. I just taken a Dremel and carved out 2 little slots on either side of the tray here. Took out as little material as need be, and it's been working out pretty good. But I think everything else is in good shape on it. The Maxx is ready to rip again. And a little better than it was before. So now we got all aluminum steering components on this thing. So hopefully wheels don't go flying. So, one thing I don't like, I don't know why this body, I don't know if this body got warped, but it never wants to sit straight in that thing. Alright, well, the Maxx is ready to roll now. Haven't had the big rock out in a while either. That one I need to get busted out here soon. Every time I've tried to take it out, it's always been snowy or just bad conditions. Now the old Mojave here, this thing can take some punishment, guys. I was super impressed, and I know, Earl told me, whenever I ran his, I was super impressed with his. And this one is still running just a stock Success system. I did gear it up a couple teeth, but this thing has just been a beast. I mean, the cold weather bashes that I've already had with this thing a couple times, and the abuse that this thing has taken, and the minimal damage that it's had has just been really impressive. The body, on the other hand, has seen a little bit better days already. It's got a few good cracks in it, but it's still pretty decent. I did rip the Velcro off of the sides here, off the side straps that Velcro the side of the body on. I tore those, pulled off, so I rewrapped them with wider, heavier Velcro. So hopefully that holds on. But this is what broke originally. See, these are the two pins, and these pieces are the sides of your center differential cover. And it shattered both of them off of there. So we got the new one. The part number ARA 320499 comes with the plastic center brace in there also, and the main cover. So should be there. I'd like to see Jersey one day. Addicted, I'd love to come up here at some point. I am basically about 45 minutes directly north of Pittsburgh. So that's basically where I'm in Butler County, is where I'm at, the area I'm at. What's up, Commander A-Stick? How's it going, buddy? Yes, I am finally back home. I am not sitting in a hotel room playing with my Losi Mini B. Although my Losi Mini B has been my savior over the last 2 months of being on the road. It has at least given me something to rip around and have some fun with. So the car is a good time. Yeah, I did that little modification with the motor or the body mounts, and I used this mat, this Techno pit map. Whenever I'd cut it down from my table, I had rolled it up really tight and then forced it, obviously underneath the little body mounts here. Try and bring it back over. Todd can't see what I'm doing anyway. And forced it underneath, and then put 2 holes in Velcro, or zip tied it in place, and it will not come out. But so far, it's definitely been helping these pretty well, and it's got a nice cushion to it. So far, they haven't broken amazingly. What are you up to today, Commander? Alright, I don't need these broken axles anymore. Those can go in the trash. Alright, well, I guess I gotta pull out the center brace so I can get to this thing. Get this out of here, and then get that center diff cover changed out. I don't need to change the brace itself. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys can see this very well down in here. Why Arma decided to just stick this fan extension on here. I know it's for the fan motor, but there's nowhere to stick it, and they literally let it just roll around in there in your gears and in your center drive shaft. Like, there's no place to click it in or do anything with it. I mean, other than obviously zip tie it in place somewhere. But I don't know why they just let it roll around in there like that right out of the box. Kind of hokey. What's up, Dave? How's it going with hardcore? No, I didn't get a Losi 5T yet. If I'm getting a gas one, I think it's going to be the Losi, the new, the DBXL Lee. I don't know if there's other numbers on that now, but the gas version. If I get a gas, it might be that one. It looks like looks like a pretty fun truck, buggy, whatever you want to call it. So if I get a gas one, it's going to be that. And of course, this is not going to just stay there. It's going to fall down and fall down and fall down. Yeah, I like the look of it. I mean, I love the look of the DBXLE, the 2.0, and after driving Earl's that time, I had a blast with that thing. So I thought, if I was going to get something gas-powered, petrol, for Dave out there in the UK. Well, actually, not just Dave. There's a few guys in here. But if I was going to get a gas one, I think that's what it's going to be. I was talking to the local hobby shop about it. About maybe getting one in and the prices and all that stuff. So, might have to grab one. It's going to be loud. But I think, at the motocross track and stuff like that, it'll be perfect for it. There's lots of space. It's big and open. There's nobody that I'm going to, irritate and tick off with it because, dirt bikes run down there all the time, so people are used to noise in that area. So I think it'd be a great car to run down there. Because I know depending on where you run those things, you can definitely irritate some people with them. Because, everything's just supposed to be quiet anymore, apparently. I had this thing, no thanks, I'll upgrade mine. Yeah, it definitely has a steep price tag on that thing. We'll love that motor. What's up, Three Sons? How's it going, bud? What are you guys up to? Just fixing everything I broke in the frigid Arctic weather we got here. And some of you guys know what that's like. Yeah, I know the price tag on those things are a little steep. But, I don't know. It all depends on what you're getting with the car. It's obviously going to be a gas car. You got a little more money involved in it. But, so many of these cars now, if you think back at the price and with the money you got into pretty much anything. You got a brand new Mojave. You got now, what, $769, $759 automatically right there. And the minute you start doing anything else after that, either electronics, chassis, all that, the price tag jumps up quickly on any car. So, I think anybody that thinks they're going to go, all right, I'm going to go spend $600 on a car, and that's going to be it. I think anybody that's been in the hobby more than 5 minutes knows that that is never going to happen. This has been a great thing right here, is changing out all of my motor mount bolts finally, and getting rid of those stupid button caps for the motor mount block. That metal that those button caps are made from Arma are just terrible. Those things strip out so easy. So I put all the heavier, can't remember what these ones are called now. What do you call that head? But anyway, they take a 3mm driver now instead of a 2.5. So you got a little more to bite onto, and so far I don't have anything coming loose either. 5T. Holy cow! $2,300 in the UK for that thing. Yeah, exactly. Or you buy something, you automatically know that you go spend $600 for a car. You're going to have at least another $500 to $600 between electronics and other immediate upgrades right out of the box. So you're right back up to, a $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 car. Because a lot of the stock stuff doesn't last very long, unfortunately. Well, I guess I'll keep this little plastic motor monitor away. But I put most of the, on a lot of the cars, I put the aluminum version of that thing on most of them now. But yeah, that was it, guys. It completely shattered both sides of that thing off. It took at just the perfect roof landing, and that thing just really put some pressure down on that thing. Yeah, I think hence why people buy the 30 degrees north. Yeah, holy cow, Dave, that's unreal, that price for that thing. Now, did you get a lot better deal than that? I mean, the one you got? That is definitely... Yes, thank you, Commander. I'm always at a loss for words sometimes on names. But yes, the socket heads and getting rid of those button caps or whatever they're called. Those things drive me crazy. Those things are junk. And if anybody wonders, I'm sure most of you guys know, but they're the M4 by 18 millimeter long socket cap screws are the ones I threw on here. And I need to get the pieces off of here, and it looks like I lost a clip, of course. Here are the other two pieces now. The whole centerpiece is coming out in pieces. I don't think there's any difference between these two. Neither one of them look broken, but I'm going to put the new one on there since I got a new center on there. I guess we'll do the new center on that. And I do believe this goes that way. So who out there has been looking at the... I know Commander and Three Sons, and you guys know we're talking about this in the M2C. Who else has been looking at the Team Corrali stuff? The Skeeter and all those. I gotta be honest, I'm really thinking about trying one out. Since Arma doesn't want to release a new 4S car, thinking about trying one of theirs and seeing how she works out. We really thought Arma was going to release the new 4S line this year, but it didn't happen. No more C14. Oh, come on, Three Sons. You know you want one more. Just one more. That's what we always tell ourselves. Just one more, buddy. Just one more. And then that'll be it. See, I'm okay. I've given a few away now, so I've made some room, and I don't feel so guilty. So, I think I got space for at least one more. I just sold my Dementor, and I almost felt bad. Not for myself, but for the guy. Did you not... What was your problems with the Dementor, Joe? Looking at the XTR. Yeah, the XTR seems to be a fun one. Well, yeah, Earl, I seen your post there about your video with all your going through of cars. I would say if there are classifications of, I don't know what the best word for it is. Abundance, of RCs. If there's like different levels, I would definitely say you're probably at the Grandmaster level. I don't think there's ever been a car that I've asked you, hey, do you have this? Or have you, seen one of these that you don't say, oh yeah, I got one downstairs. Kronos, XTR, and Skeeter both look... That's what I was thinking about, that Skeeter. The XTR, it's just not tough track to beat up on. No center brace was a big design. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's what they changed a lot with the the Skeeter nut, right? They got that whole center brace set up in there, and it seemed like they beefed a lot of stuff up on it, pretty well from that. And for the price tag, I mean, compared to most of the, anything else out there, the price tag on it's not bad either. It's like $479, I think my hobby shop had it for. $489, something like that. So, I mean, the price tag isn't ridiculous or bad either. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard him not say that he had a certain car. Earl, is that going to be like your retirement fund someday? You're just going to sell off one car, C-car a month? Of course, I think all of us that work in television or movie production, nobody ever seems to retire. They just eventually die, it seems like. I need to make that sound dark, but I haven't met anybody in my line of work that, I don't want to say nobody, but I can't think of anybody that I've heard that says, oh, I'm retiring. Like, people leave, come back, come back, and like, you just can never seem to get away from this industry. It's like this weird, addictive thing. Sometimes it drives you crazy, but you can't help but love it. You don't have a T-Max, Earl? Well, if you do that, I'm pretty sure you could retire. You could probably definitely retire for a while. Alright, well, now that the center diff case isn't exploded, or not the center diff case, but the center diff cover, now I guess we can work on the bumpers. I thought it was the back. I thought I broke the back one, but it's just the front bumper apparently that I broke. One thing at the rear of this thing is a real pain in the rear end to get off. Like, there's so many pieces to this compared to the Creighton or Typhon or anything else. Like, the whole body mount setup on this thing just seems like it makes it so much more difficult, but it's not that bad. It's just, what software use, Bars? I'm using the OBS. It's the Open Broadcast Service Studio. This is like, I don't know if any of you guys used it. This is like the canvas, and this is what I'm looking at. Yeah. So you guys can see. So it shows like down here all of the different cameras I have hooked up to it. All your different audio sources. You can import different pictures. You can do, like pull up web pages and stuff like that also on it. I honestly haven't got to have enough time with it to get good with that part. I always seem to be able to bring up a web page or bring something up, but then getting back away from the web page for some reason, like if you click away from it for a second, try to come back to it, you can't refresh it. You can't, then you got to like close it out and bring it back up again. I don't know if it's a software glitch, but at any rate, that's what it looks like. It's pretty nice to use. I mean, all the regular features with using multiple cameras and audio sources and pictures, very easy to use and pretty intuitive, nice. So, yeah, I'm waiting for... Honestly, Aaron, when you've told me your collection, I honestly thought maybe you had like a storage unit somewhere, you know. Because the amount of cars you got is just daunting. Yeah, it's all on a PC. I have my home laptop hooked up to this. It doesn't take anything crazy to run it, really. This is just kind of a cheaper Lenovo laptop I'm running it on. I just got a really nice gaming laptop, but I'm not using it for there. But yeah, it's real easy to use. You can throw up, what is this? Like, you can just throw up all kinds of different pictures on there. You can bring up anything you want. Whenever you're using your thumbnail to start and all that, it's real nice to use. What I love about it is you can hook up tons of cameras to it. And I just got the dongle to be able to hook up more cameras to this. Because I have another one I was going to use inside the garage, like after fixing something and like running the car around or playing around. I just haven't done it yet. Work has hindered that side of things at the moment. You have a spare repair shop. I can imagine you're probably traveling all over California just trying to find all your cars. What's up, RC for all? How's it going, man? Alright. Now, this is going to be the fun part. I don't like these screws, the way that they go through this front of this shock tower. This one was giving me problems going in. It didn't seem like it stripped, but I'll tell you what, guys. It's not being very nice to me. This is going to take a hot second to get out of here, because I can't get the drill in there. So, this is going to be a slow process getting this thing out of here. Sit here and read some comments while I try to get this unscrewed. Never tried to... You'll ever see... What's RC for all up to today? Holy cow. I'm going to have to change this screw up when I put this thing back together. If this comes out, it's going to be a small miracle. I think the only reason this is coming out because I actually got a decent driver on it. Thank God for MIP. Yeah, I don't like the way that these screws got to go through this front shock tower. They're kind of a pain to get to. Don't forget to give. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm hoping over the next couple days here, definitely get to go out and run. I'm going to take the new Creighton XL out finally, because I decided that if I break something on it, or if I break the body, then I break the body. I'm talking with Basher Bodies. I just ordered from Basher Bodies an Maxx body, because I'm tired of going through an Maxx body every 3 or 4 runs. So I just ordered one of the bodies from him, from Basher Bodies over there in the Netherlands. And he's going to get it shipped. He's shipping it out to me. So we're going to try one of the Basher Bodies on the Maxx. And I was also asking him about one for the Creighton XL. Something that would fit it properly and obviously be durable. So I got to get some measurements from that thing today and message him and see what he's got. Because I'm hoping I can get a better body on that thing. I'm tired of bodies. Well, this is going to be fun. Both of these are jacked up. I get to fight with both of these today, apparently. If they were up slightly higher, it wouldn't be bad. Problem is where they're at, it makes it really hard to get to. It's like you can literally just get a screwdriver in there. Whoop. You can literally just get a screwdriver in there, and that's pretty much it. Putting down some Arby's in your car. Are you a beef and cheddar guy, or are you a chicken sandwich person? I always like the French dip there if I go there. That's usually what I end up with. I think I almost got it. I almost got it. I don't know how I'm going to put these back in there, which way, but I know not like this. It's like I wish they were at an angle. I know I'm whining. Sorry. Whining, whining, whining. I need some... The Mojave looks brand new. Not sure. I'm just kind of reading comments here and there. I'm not sure who you're talking to. You are talking to me. Yeah, the Mojave has had 2 runs on it. I think. 2.5. Yeah, you know, I always liked having, you know, the stock body. I just, you know, you like the look of them, but I'm tired of these bodies just exploding constantly. It's getting old. So I figured I'm going to try one of these indestructible ones and try to sticker it up and make it look decent. And as long as it actually lasts and doesn't fall apart. Also got a whole bunch of the 3D RC parts I got put on the Typhon and the Creighton XL and the Italian Hoagie that I want to test out. Got the wing mounts and the bumpers and all that stuff that I haven't got to test out. Gotta wait till wintertime ends here. I think I've had enough of winter. I've definitely had enough of winter. Alright, well. Got the new bumper mount. You can get this in. Yeah, I've been watching a few videos and a few guys using those basher bodies, and they seem like those things hold up pretty well. Dude's standing on top of them, and they look like they should hold up. So, I'm going to give one a try. I figure the best one, the first one to test out would be great on the Maxx, because that's usually the worst one, the one to destroy the most. So, I figured it'd be a good candidate to try out. Yeah, and one thing I liked about the look, and what I noticed the difference between like the indestructible bodies and the basher bodies was the indestructible bodies are very flexible, and they tend to blow off the truck a lot from what I've seen and talked to some people. You know, they don't break, but they flex a lot, and then what happens is the body flies off all the time. Where these indestructible bodies are thicker, stiffer material, but it apparently does not break or crack very easily at all, but it's stiff, so it's not going to allow that body to eject itself every time after a hard landing, because that's what kept me from buying one of those indestructible bodies, was the flexibility of the thing. It's like, well, I know you're not breaking the body now, but now you're also chasing around your body all over your bash spot, putting it back on, which looked annoying. So, that's why I decided to try one of these out. Anyway, let's finish getting this thing. Now I gotta get these last couple bolts back in this thing. What am I gonna put in here? This thing does not need to have this thick, or should I say this long, a screw. Usually all four, the right length, but these seem a little bit overkill, to be honest with you. So I think we're going to go with something slightly shorter, but they're also not stripped out, so that should be a plus. Not to be negative, drove the fire team. Wasn't too impressed. Yeah, I mean, I drove Trevor's around. The car definitely needs geared up and the punch turned up. It seems like you got to go up at least like, 3 or 4 teeth on it for the gearing and crank that punch up on it. But I'll say one thing, the car handles on the ground, like it is the way that thing handles and drives on the ground is really nice. That's one thing I was immediately noticed driving that thing around. Because the last bash we had, I took it out and jumped it a few times. And I had a lot of fun with it. It drove very nice. But I did notice that the wheel speed on it was not there. It definitely needs more wheel speed. Because you do not have very much air control with it in its pure out-of-the-box, form. So I know Trevor wants to gear it up a little bit. He said that was some of the most fun that he's had with a car, was driving that fire team around. Just, how he likes to drive around, rip around on the ground, and just tear around. He's not huge into, airing them out. He just likes ripping them around. And he said that he absolutely loved that thing. It was his favorite car right now for just ripping around on the ground and racing. But it definitely needs a little bit of help with air control and the immediate the punch turned up on it, because it doesn't have enough out of the box. What's up, RC Master? I feel like the body doesn't give the body mounts. What's up, Paul? Yeah, I don't know. Every car, and it's not like that car is any more at fault than anything. Anything out of the box. The Mojave, Creighton's, anything out of the box. Those things need geared up. The punch needs cranked up. Or they need all new electronics because, most of them just do not have the oomph. This Mojave will be the next one to get a different system put in here. I'm going to put some sort of hobby wing setup. I don't think I'm going to do... I don't know. I think I might do the 1650, but I might do something slightly higher KV, which is a little less torque, but a little bit more of that top-end rip. Thinking about for this thing. But I got to do the body modification on this thing as much as possible, on the front too, and get rid of this air movement onto this thing to limit the parachuting, because this thing's a blast, but the parachuting this thing gets in the air is just ridiculous. I might as well attach a string to it and take it out in the wind and fly it like a kite. Because it catches all of it. But I think got the center brace fixed now. We got the center diff cover replaced. We got the front bumper mount. I think the Mojave is ready to roll again. This whole kit came with the front and rear hinge pin brace covers and all that. So I'll keep this around for some more spare parts. You got the 1580. Yeah, that might be a great something along it. I want to do something a slightly higher KV and just get a little bit more top end rip out of it. I love the 1650, and especially the Italian and all that. I haven't got to run the poor Creighton XL yet, but I think that's why I just want to gear it up a little bit, because immediately talking to guys saying that it really needs to be somewhere around a 20 or 22 tooth pinion on that thing with that system. Seems to be the sweet spot in that Creighton XL. So I think that's what we're going to go for. But the Mojave is ready to roll again, guys. I don't know what I'll change. I swear my camera's changed. I look at the lighting sometimes and it drives me crazy because the lighting looks different from every time. Getting some batteries charged up. I got a couple 6S. I got a few 4S. Definitely want to get a few things out tomorrow. And honestly, guys, I'm looking outside here. I don't see any raindrops. I'm starting to think it may have stopped raining. It was supposed to stop around like 5 o'clock, but it may have stopped sooner. Maybe I need to go out and go for a bash. Get onto the skate park or something like that if it's done raining for the day. I've been jonesing. Been watching all you guys, and some of you guys out there in the nice weather and out in California, getting to run around, and definitely want to head out. How you doing, RC? Master, how you doing, bud? Maybe I'll take a look at that Three Sons, doing that kind of something around that. Wait, you got 100cc at 1580. Now that's in your in your Mojave EXP. It's small and light, huh? What's up, Christians RC? You made it in one, huh? You're in school? When I was in school, I had to walk uphill both now. It's amazing, like, you weren't even allowed to hold a calculator half the times in school unless you were doing a certain test. And now everybody's allowed to have their phones in there, man. That just blows my mind. So I see people in their videos and they're making videos and TikToks and stuff during school, and I'm like, how do they get away with this stuff? Like, my teachers would have beat the living you-know-what out of us. Italian. But I'm glad you're in here, Christian. It's good to see you, man. Well, guys, I think I might cut this a little bit short because I think I'm going to go out for a little run. I'm going to go to the skate park that's real close to me. And I'm going to take the Italian with me, and I'm going to take the Creighton XL and go see what I can re-brake and have to fix again. Because it's nice outside. I don't see a single raindrop hitting the puddles out there now. I can only imagine what school must be like now. It's just the current setup of everything. It's got to be an interesting place. Thanks for stopping by, RC. Or, I'm sorry. I can't talk. Now I'm sitting there thinking about going and running. Three Sons, RC. I appreciate you stopping by, buddy. Yeah, when I was in school, their mobile phones weren't even a thing. It wasn't even until after I was out of school, like a couple years later, did beepers come into play. And that was the cool thing, was the beeper. If you had a beeper, you were really cool. Or everybody thought you were a drug dealer. It was one of the two. What tires do you have on Italian? The Italian, I got the D-Boots 4S backflips on it. With the M2C Racing 5, the Hex Savers. To these, because I don't know how many times, I'm sure many of you have ripped out the hexes, the 17mm hexes in these things. And even if they're ripped out, I put this on this in a couple cars, and I don't have any problems with wheels anymore, stripping the hexes out. But these are the D-Boots 4S backflips on this thing. Perfect tire. My opinion for this car, gives it just amazing air control. Out of all the cars, this thing has got the most perfect air control out of all of them. It does have the Hobby Wing Maxx 6 combo in here with the 1650 kV motor, and this thing's a beast. This is coming with me right now. This is going to go out. We're going to go down to the skate park, I think, and have a little fun, guys. So if you guys see a video up after this, you know where I was. Thanks for stopping by, Christian. Kids get paid to go to school these days. Well, yeah, or they're getting paid by TikTok being in school, you know, with all their... Man, some of the stuff, like... You know, I was very hesitant about getting on TikTok or doing it. I get on there, it's like there's some funny stuff on there. If you navigate through it and avoid some of the just goofy, stupid garbage, there's a lot of funny stuff on there. But it's just amazing that the amount, I don't know how the best way to describe it. I cannot believe how many women on there, you know, and a guy saying this, but I just cannot believe how many women are on there just totally selling out everything on that stuff on a daily basis to get somebody to friggin' like their video or follow them. It's kind of blows my mind. I don't know. I know it's probably easy money, but I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the best way to do it. But anyway, guys, I think I am going to go out for a little run. Don't mean to cut this little short, but I just started looking outside through the garage door, and now it is getting a lot sunnier out there, and the rain has stopped. So I think I'm going to go out and have a little bit of fun finally. But I really appreciate y'all stopping by and visiting today while we got a few things fixed up. But, yeah, I guess we'll go out now and see what we can break. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, RC Mass. I appreciate it. Thanks, Earl. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. I'm going to go out for a little bash now. I've been jonesing for the last couple weeks to actually go out when it's not cold and snowing, so now's the time. But I appreciate you all stopping by. And you guys know, I always appreciate all the support and everybody dropping by all the time and, you know, liking, commenting, and joining in the video. So that's going to do it. But until next time, y'all be safe. Be careful out there. Peace out, everybody.